so young.
This is another family devastated by gun crime in Liverpool. A mother now grieving for the loss of her 18-year-old son.
My heart. I don't wish anyone to do that. Every day I'm crying, every single day I can't sleep because of what has happened to Yusuf, poor Yusuf. Somebody just kill him like that. Very bad, very bad. God help me.
Yusuf Sonko was one of a growing number of young people shot dead on Merseyside. The student was killed nearly 5 months ago on the 2nd of June. He was due to sit his final A-level exam and had hoped to go to university. His killer has not been found. In the year 2015 to 16, Merseyside police recorded 61 shooting incidents, resulting in 2 deaths. 1 year later, the number of shootings has increased by 50% and the number of fatalities has doubled. Injuries too are on the rise. And with 5 months still to go, the next set of figures has already just about matched those from 2 years earlier.
So we're in Sefton Park. How far away is this from the scene of where Yusuf was killed?
It's just about half a mile away from Lodge Lane.
It's a really contrasting environment though, isn't it?
It is. We've got this beautiful park, well used, and it does contrast, I guess.
Tracy Gore organised a community march following Yusuf's death.
I've always associated guns with hardened criminals, not children.
You're horrified, but are you surprised? Because it's something that we seem to be seeing more and more of.
What I don't want is for our city, for our country, to become a place where having guns and people being shot is normal.
Alors, bonjour à tous, je vais me permettre juste de couper le son du live stream, le son actuellement du live que vous êtes en train de regarder, enfin du moins la vidéo de la BBC que vous êtes en train de regarder, puisque la deuxième partie en fait est consacrée aux bronies. Donc on a d'abord cette première partie qui est consacrée, il me semble que c'est aux familles noires, enfin c'est tout ce qui est racisme et tout ça. Et donc probablement après on aura le live sur les bronies. Donc ce que je vais essayer de faire, c'est que durant que vous allez regarder, suivant que je sais pas comment fonctionne la BBC, je sais pas s'il y a de la pub ou quoi que ce soit, je vais essayer de faire un peu durant en fait le reportage que je vais faire, c'est que je vais me muter, et une fois que ça sera fini, s'il y a une pause entre les deux parties, à ce moment là j'expliquerai à peu près ce qu'ils ont voulu dire dans l'émission. Alors je dis pas que mon anglais est parfait, mais au moins vous aurez une traduction à peu près approximative de la chose. Voilà. Donc là du coup je vais parler un peu avec vous parce qu'on en est à la première partie, c'est pas forcément quelque chose d'intéressant. Et donc on n'a pas vraiment je vous diffuse ça quoi, je vais pas vous infliger de la merde pour le moment, donc je me permets pour l'instant de couper la partie. Je sais pas à quelle heure ça va commencer, je sais pas qu'est-ce qu'ils vont parler, j'ai vu un peu les comment ça s'appelle, les extraits qui proposaient à propos de ce visionnage, et finalement je sais pas ça va se finir en quoi. Voilà, donc je vais laisser un petit peu le son pour comprendre quand même un minimum ce que je suis en train de faire.
These tactics are designed to provide a show of strength, all part of an extensive disruption plan targeting those suspected of gun crime. The head of Merseyside Police's gun crime unit is Chris Green.
For me, the statistics only tell part of the story really, because actually one firearms charge across our city is one too many, and that's the mantra that we go by. We want to reduce that number to 0.
Attendez, je vais vous voir un peu les sujets. Voilà, donc alors le premier sujet qu'on va avoir, donc ça dure une trentaine de minutes, donc je pense vers 9 h ça sera fini, donc c'est pas vraiment un gros reportage pour le coup. Donc on a la première partie qui est dédiée sur les investigations des gangs violents qui ruinent les quartiers avec des cartels de drogue, etc. Et après on a donc le reportage à propos des bronies et je crois que ça va partir en couille, je le sens bien.
Yusuf's family are still seeking justice for their son's murder. They want more people to speak out.
Je regarde un peu ce qui se passe.
We need to come together.
Zefnine, vous... c'est la fête dans le chat, hein, ce que je vois.
And we need to speak to our children, saying this is no good, this is no loud. You don't have to do that.
J'espère que je me suis pas trompé de chaîne, ça serait quand même complètement débile que je me trompe de chaîne. Normalement je crois que c'est la bonne chaîne. Je regarde un peu, je regarde. Je regarde si c'est bien la bonne chaîne. Normalement c'est la bonne chaîne, hein, c'est le BBC One. Et donc on a... Oui, donc ça a l'air d'être la bonne chaîne. J'espère. Et ça bug un peu. Parce que... Ouais, bon. Je suis sur une IP américaine. Alors, bon, désolé si ça va faire des siennes un petit peu, mais je suis sur une IP anglaise pour pouvoir regarder cette merde. Et donc du coup ça me fait autant chier d'être sur une IP anglaise pour regarder cette merde. Et donc je sais, la connexion elle est vraiment... Allez, quels sont ces messages Discord? Ça ne te regarde pas, Lastir. Je t'interdis. Bon, visiblement c'est toujours le même truc de merde. On a quoi? Ouais, c'est bon.
You're out delivering this message into schools, into the wider community. How do you feel when you put the news on and you look at social media and another young man in Liverpool?
On est en train de me faire un speech sur quoi les Equestrials sont bons, c'est marrant parce que... Non, les Equestrials ne sont pas bons. Des photos personnelles. Non, il n'y a pas de photos personnelles. Mais bon. On aurait pu... On aurait pu mettre des photos personnelles, effectivement. Bon, par contre, alors le problème, j'espère que la première partie va pas prendre une grosse partie parce que ce qui nous intéresse, c'est quand même la deuxième partie. Ouais, je vais peut-être fermer ça. Hop, je ferme un peu les trucs pour libérer l'espace disque, enfin l'espace, la bande passante que j'ai très peu sur cette IP. Et voilà. Hop.
We're in a very difficult situation at the moment. I'd love to be able to sit here and say it's not going to happen again. Sadly, it probably will.
It's not a video game. This is real life, and it's ending somebody's life.
Bla 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 bla. Beaucoup de blabla. N'hésitez pas à parler, débattre avec vous parce que c'est vraiment de la merde cette première partie, là on va s'emmerder.
Two families are torn apart when a shooting happens.
For Yusuf's family, the pain continues.
All of these months down the line.
Hop.
How does it feel?
Par contre après je vais mettre en occupé sur Discord, ça évitera qu'on entende les notifs. Parce que...
can have a rest. And my family not going to be peaceful until we got justice done.
Ok, on est parti.
50 years ago, we saw the start of a social revolution when legislation decriminalising homosexual acts between men came into effect in England.
J'espère.
Since then, we've celebrated same-sex civil partnerships and marriage. But have rural areas embraced change so readily? I've been finding out. Kendal, 1959. And the local paper has a scoop. This court report shocked the Cumbrian town. 13 men in the dock. The newspaper published their names and addresses. They would lose their jobs and face disgrace. And their crime? The men, some of whom were married, were gay, arrested on charges of gross indecency. The impact upon the men would be huge. One of them, a year away from retirement, stood to lose his pension. Even the judge was sympathetic. Listen to what he said. If there was anything I could do to put right that injustice, and I repeat the word injustice, I would do it. I am satisfied you have
Pour ceux qui n'ont pas compris ce qu'il a dit, en gros le mec il travaillait et je sais pas où, et il s'est fait virer parce qu'il était pédé. Waouh, angénité sur 20.
Despite that sense of injustice, it would be nearly another decade before the Sexual Offences Act freed men to be open about their relationships. But there's lingering suspicion that it's still tougher to be gay in rural England than in our big metropolitan cities. True? I'm going to find out. They pack some punch, don't they?
Oh, they do.
I am quite
trop bien, il tue des putains d'animaux devant la télé quoi.
Giving kids medicine's easier than this.
Vas-y, nique-la.
Have you ever had a good boot off one?
Bon, ok, je vais arrêter.
Yes,
On va me prendre pour un fou.
Simon farms up in the northern Pennines. The farm has been in the family for generations, and he chose a family occasion to come out. So had you planned to make this
Je vais aller voir le...
your 21st birthday?
Je vais aller voir le titre de la BBC.
I'd started dating somebody,
Right.
and I thought, well, the whole family's here, it'll be better telling everybody.
So did your family know that you were dating someone?
My mother did.
Right.
I hadn't said anything to my father.
Do you think your dad knew?
Yeah, I spoke to my dad the day after, when I was feeling a bit better after the hangover. And he said that they'd spoke about it and stuff, and they thought I had, but they said if he is gay, he'll come out when he's ready.
Have you ever had any hostility directed toward you because you are gay?
Oh yes, I have. Yeah. Neighbours and stuff, you know,
really?
telling other neighbours about us, and unfortunately they already knew about us and they're absolutely fine with it. But it always gets back to you what they think and what they say, you know. But that's just the way they are.
Oh, il a une oreille punk que j'avais pas vu. Ok. C'est cringe un peu quand même.
Biggest LGBT event in the calendar is underway.
Another selfie. Oh.
Billy has been a Cumbrian drag queen for more than 30 years.
I had this one made, which is the Imperial Crown. That's very heavy to wear, that one. But I'm not wearing that one today. Today I'm wearing the much lighter Vladimir tiara. So it's nice. It's got a bit of movement to it as well. So that's a nice one.
And it was a long time before he ever admitted being gay.
It was difficult in those days because when I used to do some of the clubs, people used to say,
avant que ça vienne, sérieusement.
I said, oh no, I'm married, I've got 2 kids. So once you start that,
mais t'es sûr que c'est pas des social justice warriors?
You've told a lie.
Why did you need to tell
Pourquoi pas?
lie?
Because they would have took offence to the fact that you were gay and you were wearing a frock.
So you were being judged at that point, really?
Yes, in those days. And even nowadays, there's still a lot of homophobia.
But today in the city, it's a chance for everyone to express who they truly are. Mike, another farmer, wishes he'd done so years ago.
I got married at the age of 21. I had both my kids by the age of 25.
Blah 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 blah.
And principally, I was just sort of living a lie, really.
Do you think you continued with this lie because you lived in a rural community and
Definitely.
it was harder for you to be who you wanted to be?
Yes, it was. Going to the auction and seeing, you know, what they class as the norm.
Non mais sérieusement.
It just didn't really seem right to be gay and be a farmer.
Mais il danse sur du LMFAO, non mais putain de merde.
Simon has just finished farming for the day and is helping out backstage.
It's been really good. The weather hasn't been too bad, and everything seems to have run quite smoothly, really. So, more than happy.
Alors attendez, je regarde si je me suis pas trompé de stream parce que il y en a qui me disent de la merde.
Every year, the Home Office collates figures setting out a number of reported hate crimes against the LGBT community. In Cumbria, it's not comfortable reading. If you're gay here, you are twice as likely to experience a hate crime as the national average. In fact, proportionally, that's the highest in England and Wales.
J'espère que je me suis pas trompé de stream,
And in the
sinon je
last
pète un câble.
month, a man was sentenced to over 2 years in prison for a homophobic attack
Ça
on
m'énerve
two
déjà
women in
ce genre de
Penrith.
choses.
Any hate crime against anyone is unacceptable, no questions, and we have to act about that. I'm reassured that our LGBT community actually feel confident to come forward and report, and I want them to do that. And in some ways, I'm not
Attendez, je regarde si le stream est le même.
that incidents of people reporting is necessarily the problem. That shows that they're coming forward, they're telling us about it, and we can do something about it.
I've heard from 2 farmers and the attitudes of people more than 30 years ago.
Allez.
So what's it like for young
C'est long,
people
hein.
coming out today?
Tu es sûr que c'est un reportage sur les bronies? Oui, non, mais je suis en train de regarder un truc là.
No.
No.
But you do now? Yeah. Have you never had any suspicions? No. Are you sure? Yeah. What about you?
Maybe.
In Millham, Ross, who's 19, is part of the YouTube generation. So he decided to film telling his parents for a documentary.
So everything's fine?
Mm-hmm. It's a choice. It's a life choice. That's all it is.
I think the fear came from the fact that I'd never really seen another gay person around where I live.
Ross decided to come out just as he was leaving home to start university in Salford.
I never thought that there would be
Bon, alors attendez. On va se mettre d'accord. 2 secondes. Je suis en train de gérer un truc. Enfin, je suis en train de gérer 2 trucs en même temps. Je regarde si je suis sur le bon live en même temps. Et je regarde en même temps si je me suis pas trompé de reportage. Donc vous attendez 2 secondes le temps que je fasse les petits réglages si vous voulez voir le truc. Parce que je crois que je me suis trompé de live, évidemment, parce qu'il y a 3 BBC. 3 putains de BBC, sérieusement. Il y en a une pour Londres, il y en a une pour le Sud, il y en a une pour le... Sérieusement, quoi. Best idea ever. J'adore. Waouh. Ok. Hop, ça dégage. Et hop là. Voilà, vous êtes content? J'arrive pile à l'heure en plus. Bon, je me mute et je vous expliquerai tout ce qui se passe après.
Hi, I'm Sam. By day, I'm a mortgage conveyancer at a law firm. But in my spare time, I'm also a brony.
So a brony is someone that's interested in the Man of the Pony, more specifically Friendship is Magic, the 4th generation of shows.
It's a term basically that refers to a fan in the same way that Trekker does for Star Trek or Whovian does for Doctor Who. Basically someone who's a fan of the franchise, watches the show, might collect merchandise like this, and basically just enjoys talking about it and sharing it with friends.
Obviously there are some people that look at it weird, usually parents. Oh, it's Man of the Pony, you know, that's for girls.
Sam and Marcus are members of the 7 Bronies, adult fans from the West Country in Wales, who just love the colourful cartoon Canterus.
The Seven Bronies, I'm one of the organisers. We get together and play a few games and have some lunch and watch episodes. Sometimes just to hang out because they're friends who come together because they all enjoy the show. Get a meal, go bowling, have a few drinks, just hang out.
I'd say without it, my life would be completely different because there's so many friends, and even my own partner as well, I all met because of me being interested in this show. I would definitely say it's a passion and probably one that would stay with a lot of people for the rest of their lives.
It's just something I very much love.
Their dreams are about to come true as the first feature-length film starring their favourite horsey characters is about to hit the cinemas.
It's a special event, it's a special occasion. Honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to sleep the night before. I'm that excited.
It's the magic of...
Yeah. Friendship and flowers and ponies and blue.
I'd say, generally, if you're watching this and you think this is all a bit weird...
Ah, on m'avait pas prévenu qu'il y avait du spoil sur le film. C'est pas grave.
This is all it is. We really like a show. We like a show so much that we buy a lot of merchandise. We make our own characters.
Marcus's character is called Scribble.
My character is a writer, specifically. I generally do a lot of writing myself. People get their own custom painted figures. Even some people go as far as to make their own proper whole suits of their own character, which can go into the thousands. You know, with this plushie, I wanted to spend a lot of time on making sure that it was the perfect one, really, and it was a lot of money. I think this was over £100. It's just nice to have kind of by my side, just to kind of show my creativity off as well.
But outside the fandom, there are people who assume there's something more sinister involved.
Some people seem to think that it's sexual attraction to the characters, or that they might want to do things with actual horses, or they collect the cuddly toys or whatever to do lewd things to them, that kind of thing, which is, again, sensationalist type and completely untrue. Special edition cards from the people who make the card games as well. There's so many different types of people in the world who enjoy various different things, and as long as it makes someone happy and doesn't hurt them, what does it matter?
A true friend helps a friend in need. A friend will be there to help them see.
Even in our local meetup group, the Seven Bronies, there's been a lot of occasions where someone needs help with something, or even just a shoulder to cry on. That's one of the cool things about being a brony, is basically you know that each other's backs.
Life can be pretty bad sometimes, life can be a bit too serious sometimes. It's nice to just take some time off and just kind of have a bit of fun. That's what I generally see it as, all in all, really. I usually struggle with depression and anxiety pretty much since I was a teenager. It's very kind of here and there, it kind of comes whenever it wants to. So I feel like that whenever that comes about, and I'm feeling like really down and, you know, don't want to do anything, kind of staying in bed all day, it's usually just like putting on something like My Little Pony with its colours and its very uplifting nature. I feel like that really helps in dealing with depression, anxiety, personally for me anyway.
I've seen the show help a lot of people deal with depression, with suicidal thoughts, social isolation, anxiety and so on.
We just generally do a lot of socialising, really, and it helps with a lot of people who tend to struggle with it, because a lot of people that are into this kind of stuff usually have some form of autism. So obviously, when it comes to social cues and that, they kind of struggle. With these kind of meets, I feel like there's some kind of way of helping with that kind of stuff, really.
All of us tend to rally round and support each other because that's the kind of people we are. The movie coming out soon, I am very excited because it's been something I've been waiting for a long time.
This October, the world's coolest little ponies are coming to the big
Gros spoil du film, il y a un trailer!
Since April 2011, when I started watching it, I was just like, need to see a movie of this.
I'd probably end up being up all night, looking forward to it, sitting in my bed, buzzing.
Finally, the opening night has arrived, and bronies from all over the West are heading to a cinema in Bristol.
Can't really contain my excitement, really. I mean, this is probably the most excited I've been about My Little Pony for a very long time.
I might bring along some merchandise as well to show off, shirts, maybe one of the cuddly toys, my bag definitely. Bit more of a brony presence, shall we say, about my person than normal.
He's literally on the street right now. Just going out to the cinema, watching a Man of the Pony movie with friends, it's just a dream come true.
Alors je veux pas paraître cringe, mais le mec avec son bonnet s'il vous plaît.
So who's looking forward to the film?
Yes.
Let's go! Who's looking forward to seeing ponies?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm Princess Twilight Sparkle, and this is my home. A land filled with magic, music, whoa, and most importantly, friendship.
So, what's the brony verdict on the film they've waited so long for?
It was amazing, worth every day we've been waiting. It's well worth seeing. It was amazing.
Definitely have to agree with that. That was, I would say, actually kind of exceeded my expectations. I was expecting it to be like good, but it just turned out to be like a bit more than that, really, and I kind of didn't expect that, really.
When the movie started, we were all excited, but when the credits rolled, we were on our feet applauding. It was just incredible.
I definitely feel something inside, a very warm feeling inside, warm fuzzy feeling inside, and that's how I feel with the show normally, so top marks.
I'd say if anyone's thinking about giving the show a shot, there's nothing lost by trying, and you might find that it's something you enjoy.
Worst case scenario, you're not into it. Best case scenario, you're one of us.
So, are you a brony at heart? Let me know. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter. That's it from us tonight. We're back with you next week. Until then, good night.
Bon, je vais enlever ça avant de me prendre un strike.
Bird Girl.
Attends, ils vont pas être quoi next week? Ouais, bon, on s'en bat les couilles. Bon, donc du coup, qu'est-ce qu'on va faire du coup? Vous savez ce qu'on va faire? Hop, on va mettre mon Twitter ici. Et on va aller sur le hashtag bronies, puisqu'ils ont mis un hashtag, ces enfoirés. Du coup, on va aller voir ce qui se trimballe dessus. Et honnêtement, j'ai très peur de ce que je vais voir. Si ce n'est que ça, hein. J'ai très peur. Je ne vais pas vous faire la mort. Bon, alors dans l'ensemble, c'était pas un reportage vraiment exceptionnel, on se le dise entre nous. Ça relevait plus d'une interview qu'un reportage. Mais dans l'ensemble, ils ont laissé les fans parler. Donc d'un côté, c'était bien. C'est mieux que le reportage de France 2. Vous allez me dire, ou la Fox. Et honnêtement... C'est bien parce que... What's the actual fuck? C'est marrant en fait, j'aime bien les tweets qui sortent. Pas très intéressant en fait. Bah en fait ça relevait plus d'interviews que réellement de choses concrètes. On parle de la t-shirt Ripon Cocam là. Dans l'ensemble bah ça allait quoi. Le journaliste il a pas trop été cringe. Personne n'a remarqué d'ailleurs que le son a été décalé à un moment quand le trailer du film est passé. J'ai remarqué tout de suite, ils savent pas filmer. Bon voilà, c'était pas vraiment un reportage super intéressant, hein, qu'on se le dise, ça, au moins ça décrédibilise pas la communauté. Donc dans l'ensemble ça a été. Donc, je pense qu'il n'y a pas d'autre chose à rajouter. Mais honnêtement je pense qu'ils auraient pu mieux faire. En même temps un reportage de 15 minutes tu peux pas faire grand chose dessus. Ouais, au moins c'est des gens qui s'y connaissent qui parlent. Ça c'est le gros avantage. C'est que c'est pas des randoms qui parlent, c'est vraiment des gens qui sont là dans la communauté quoi. C'est pas des putains de journalistes pacotis qui sont en train de parler. Non, bah écoutez, du coup dans l'ensemble ça allait. C'était pas trop mauvais. Je pense que il va y avoir le replay qui va sortir. Je sais pas quand, je vais sûrement le mettre... si j'ai le temps, je le mettrai dans la semaine. Sinon, on verra. C'était vraiment... les commentaires sont plutôt mitigés dans le hashtag, c'est vraiment de la merde. C'est dommage. Honnêtement, c'est dommage. Je trouve on en retrouve le parfait cliché du brownie, puis le mec avec son... Putain, le mec avec son bonnet rose, mais sérieusement. Mais c'était cringe, arrêtez. Jean-Michel Cadrage de chez BBC. Ouais. C'est le cas de le dire là. Très clairement, c'est très le cas de le dire. Bon, bah écoutez, voilà, c'est tout pour ce live. Je pense que vous avez compris de l'essentiel, donc il n'y a pas grand chose à retenir de l'essentiel, mis à part que c'était des fans qui étaient interviewés, et c'est mieux. Bronies, salut. Putain, mais Renfook, mais je te jure, je vais te prendre. T'as vraiment que ça à foutre, Renfook, sérieusement. Faut voir si je suis aussi cringe que... non, même, je suis sûr que même les Français seront pas aussi cringe que ça, sérieusement. C'est pas possible. C'est pas possible d'être... non, sérieusement. Bon, bah écoutez, on arrive dessus, donc si vous voulez d'autres trucs, si jamais ça rediffuse, je ferai des annonces sur Franco, hein, comme j'ai l'habitude de faire. Même s'il n'y avait pas énormément de monde, je m'en fous un peu. Bon, bah écoutez, voilà, je pense que c'est tout ce que j'avais à dire. N'hésitez pas à regarder mes autres vidéos, lol, PTTR. Abonnez-vous. Le mec il reste de récolter des subs avant de partir, tu sais. C'est tellement énorme. Ah putain. Donc, il va y avoir un replay. Ok, il va y avoir un replay sur... ok, un replay, donc on va essayer de le prendre, on va essayer de le voler, parce que je crée clairement, je monétise ma vidéo. Hein. Allez, les 100. Ouais, si j'ai 100 abonnés, je fais une vidéo spéciale. Je fais une vidéo spéciale, attention. Très très spéciale. Pas aussi spéciale que vous le pensez, mais spéciale. On va dire ça comme ça. Bref, sur ce, je vais couper le live stream. Je vous dis merci d'être là pour avoir regardé, même si c'était de la merde à proprement parler, c'était plutôt moyen. Comment ça va bien sur les brownies? Tu veux vraiment souffrir toi, Colleon, hein, sérieusement. Bref, sur ce, je vais couper le live parce que du coup je n'ai plus rien à faire ici. C'était juste histoire de vous montrer sans que vous passiez par un VPN, puisque on peut le voir ici. J'ai une IP, voilà, complètement anglaise. J'adore ma vie, c'est vraiment bien. Regardez, j'habite aux États-Unis, j'ai changé de pays, donc ça bouffe quand même beaucoup de maco. Donc je vais couper. Bref, si vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas à me mentionner sur Franco, sur le serveur Cube of Harmony si vous avez des questions. Bref, je coupe le live, abonnez-vous, peace.